Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Yavin-based stream. My name is Endless. How's everybody doing tonight? It is 8 o'clock and 22 minutes past the hour on the East Coast of the United States. Welcome again. We're going to be watching another game from the Invader League Season 6 single eliminations phase between BloodOcean, 50th seed, going 3-2 in the round-robin phase, scoring 5 tournament points. He'll be facing t.cross tonight, who did not have to have a play-in game, 15th seed, 5 wins, 0 losses in the round-robin phase, accruing 9 tournament points. This is the round of 64. The winner of this game will be playing Sammy P, 18th seed, 5-0 at 8 points. Tournament life is on the line. It is single eliminations. One player is going to move on, one player is going to go home. Tonight we have a droid off. It is a droid match for the ages. Let's look at BloodOcean's list to start things off. BloodOcean here from the Separatist Alliance, running, very simply stated, Maul. Yes, that's right, it's Darth Maul. Aggressive tactics on a T-Series tactical droid. Beside him, Maul himself with a saber throw, force push, offensive push, and tenacity upgrades. Coming in at a cool 183, a very, very nice deal for the points there. Saber throw making him flexible with a very dangerous ranged attack, 4 red dice, because you take the good half of his melee saber dice and you throw them at your opponent. He's also got force push, kind of a staple on every force user out there. Offensive push also good since he has very aimable dice. Tenacity, always good because he gets that 9th die in melee. He hits like a truck in melee. He is super offense-oriented force user. Also has 3 actions once he takes a wound. So tenacity and his ability there, Juyo Mastery, they do sync up really well. And that is Maul in a nutshell. We're going to see how well BloodOcean can use him tonight. Alongside those 2 heroes / commander types, 3 battle droids with E5Cs. Your kind of stock standard battle droid units. Just a lot of bodies, decent damage if they can get aim tokens and surges from aggressive tactics. And beside them, the heavy hitters, the super battle droids with their B2 HA troopers firing some rockets, some wrist rockets at the enemy. And each B2 battle droid is equipped with a T-Series tactical droid alongside them to get rid of their AI attack keyword and also give them reliable 1, so they get that extra defensive boost. And if they don't need it on defense, they'll use it on offense. So things will just be great for them there. Maul also bringing his comms relay Dark 1 Sith probe droids. That's a mouthful. So Dark 1 Pro droids, since they are a droid trooper, they're able to kind of hook Maul up to the droid order chain and get them rolling, and alongside them to get that 10th activation in there. A singular BX droid strike team to round it out at 10 total activations. So BX droid strike probably just going to do the back objective and can still influence the combat from a long distance, that sniper rifle stretching out to range 5. We see all of Maul's command cards in the command hand, as well as Orbital Strike and Roger Roger. No synchronized, or excuse me, mechanized incursion here, of course, because there are no vehicles in the list. Good evening, Deco. Welcome. I know a droid player, so Deco is one of those droid players. Good to see you. t.cross, BloodOcean's opponent. The upper seed in this match, running Dooku Trip STAP. So both players running lists with very simply stated names. They just kind of say what they're playing, kind of shorthand. No cleverness, just very direct, straightforward, to the point. Very mechanical. It's fitting for droid players. Count Dooku, of course, headlining this list with Force Push, Force Choke, Battle Meditation, which is awesome because of the STAP Rider coordinate to vehicles, so Dooku can play his 1-pip and STAPs can go at the cunning 1-pip level, which is extremely fast. I think nothing really beats that except for Hans. Sorry about the mess, but no Hans today, so t.cross will have no need to worry about that. He is also escorted by a unit of super battle droids with a B2 HA trooper and a T-series tactical droid. Kind of the big bad unit of this season is the super battle droid with rocket launcher in the T-series, coming in at a cool 93 points with 9 wounds and dice that hit like trucks despite their short range. But they also don't care about suppression because they're droids. They have a very easy time just walking forward into the enemy and getting that range that they need to do their best damage. 3 STAP riders in this list as well, if you look at the bottom there, with linked targeting array for that free aim, so they can be as mobile as you please, able to take 2 moves and still shoot with an aim as long as they have orders. And trust me, STAPs have no problem getting orders in a list like this, between Count Dooku's Battle Meditation and a Battle Droid unit with HQ uplink. You've also got 1 medic and 1 PK series worker droid. My guess is that the medic is for Dooku because he's the only eligible target, and the worker droid possibly for STAPs, possibly also for B2s to give them a couple of extra wounds. Usually good, though, to restore a second STAP model. But yeah, this list has a lot of variety in its units. Not a lot of heavy weapons, though. Only 1 heavy weapon on the battle droids, the B1 battle droids, and only 1 heavy weapon on the B2 battle droids, spending the bulk of its points on Dooku and the STAP riders. So you can see there, Dooku worth 225 and the STAPs worth 234. So if you lose both of those units, you are up a creek. That's closing in on 500 points lost. So you can't really expect to win a points tie if you lose those units. It's really quite impossible. All right, we see in t.cross's list we got 3 of Dooku's cards as well as all of the neutrals. Surprisingly, no orbital strike. Well, I guess I shouldn't say surprisingly no orbital strike because there are no droid commanders in this list, or droid field commanders, or heavy units. So orbital strike wouldn't make sense in a list like this. Instead, we've got push, likely for the STAP riders. Just getting a couple of orders out there, maybe 1 order on a STAP, 1 order on Dooku, and then you start the chain. Roger, Roger, of course, also great for extra mitigation. You disappoint me with that Dooku super pull that he can do between lightning, speed 2 move from the command card, and the force push. A lovely combo, always great to see Dooku utilizing that in a game. But let's go ahead and flip on over into the battle screen and get ourselves acquainted with the setup as it has gone so far. The players are almost done setting up here. Map Improbable Settlement. The objective tonight is payload. So it is going to be a fierce close-up fight. I fully anticipate both Force users are going to see action, and all of the B2s are going to see action as well. What's interesting to me, of course, is the presence of the STAP riders. Long March, it can be good for them because they can zoom out and hit a target and then run away. They have a lot of running room, so to speak, to get away from the enemy. On the flip side, it's hard for them to stay in one spot for very long unless they want to remain vulnerable to damage. We see here that t.cross has deployed all of his STAPs on this right board edge. He's bunching them all together. Payload, basically you're trying to maneuver your bomb cart towards a piece of terrain near your opponent's deployment zone. So we can see here the red player must steer their bomb cart towards this blast mound, and then this blue cart must be steered towards this cargo pallet down in the southern quadrant. And going right into that southern quadrant, we see Count Dooku get deployed. So Dooku is content probably to play goalie for that blue payload. He's like, okay, you want to bring the blue payload to me? I'll just, I'll play goalie. And I'll steal it from you. And of course, Maul himself infiltrating forward. Looks like he did divulge the Phantom Menace as his turn 1 command card. So Maul gains infiltrate. They asked me a question, do STAPs count as friendly unit leaders for the bomb cart? I guess I can say yes. I'm not a judge, but yes. It's common knowledge. Any unit leader counts for payload. Yeah, I'm rooting for Dooku as well. I think Dooku is I think Dooku's favorited here. I think the Staps are... It's weird, I'm conflicted. I don't want to root for Staps, but I want to root for Dooku, so... Who knows what I'm going to do. In terms of turn 0 battle card stuff, fortified positions got cancelled. Supply drop was cancelled as well in favor of rapid reinforcement. We can see that BloodOcean is going to make good use of those rapid reinforcements. He's got both of his B2, or 2 of his 3 B2 units in rapid enforcement, and he's probably going to try to drop them on top, virtually on top of Red's army here, but he's got to be careful about Dooku, of course. Dooku is like, okay, you want to engage me at range 2? I'm just going to vacuum you up with my 3-pip and slice you to pieces. Dooku is pretty good at killing B2s. But B2s are pretty good at killing him too if he doesn't have a dodge, so it's going to be a pretty crazy trade-off here. I didn't mention this earlier, actually. This Dooku tonight is equipped with Esteemed Leader and not Aggressive Tactics. Hey, what's up, Fupar West? But yeah, Droid v Droid. I mean, it can be kind of a snooze, but these are 2 lists that are on an objective that will draw them close together. And payload, you can't really hold back because the bomb cart either moves or you lose. So you cannot really hold back in a game like this. It's actually quite ideal for both players because they have lists that are good at being aggressive. We see here the first activation from BloodOcean at the top of the turn. He's got a BX... Oh, what is this? This is actually the Orbital Strike coming from BloodOcean. He's Orbital Striking the Staps, the red Stap. And the enemy card was Standing Orders. So this red Stap actually fully exposed to the Orbital Strike. And it doesn't have a surge, it's going to lose a model. So immediately, BloodOcean making a statement here saying, I am after your Staps, and he manages to delete a red Stap right away. So a big coup for BloodOcean here, getting rid of a Stap before it does anything at all with his Orbital Strike play. That lack of aggressive tactics in the Dooku list starting to show up a bit there. If those Staps had a surge, well, even if they did have a surge, I don't think he could have saved it because there was 4 wounds there. So really, really good hit from that Orbital Strike, deleting a Stap immediately. So that's what you want to see when your bombards hit Stap Riders. You want to get that good luck, and BloodOcean managed to find it. And Dooku moving immediately. This is fine. Dooku probably not going to get targeted. It makes a lot of sense for Dooku to go early here, just because Dooku is not really going to do a lot of shooting, and you want to kind of keep your shooting units available and as your opponent walks into you. So Dooku's not a bad play to go first here. Depends, you know, a lot of people say, oh, move your Jedi last. Well, it depends on how safe that is. It's never like a hard and fast rule. It's a rule of thumb. It's kind of like, this is a decent thing to remember. I don't think any of the droids on BloodOcean side of the board are going to be able to get to any place that Dooku can be seen. It's extremely unlikely. We see a B1 for BloodOcean moving and taking a dodge. Hey, what's up, John? Nice to see you. Welcome in. Let me make sure this turn counter's fixed. Right, and can he bring it back? I think he can. I think he can restore the model. Where's his PK droid, though, is what I'm wondering. His PK droid is pretty far away. Maybe he can double move and fix it. Yeah, you can totally bring that model back. I don't think it's a problem. You'll just have 2 models floating with 1 wound each. Which is actually sort of nice. It's not the worst thing ever. Gray battle droids are observing that they're observing the observer. They're about to get hit with an observation by the DRK droids in all likelihood. But I don't know if there's going to be much shooting at all in this first turn. Also, both players moving at a pretty decent clip here, conscious of the clock, and they know that droid cohesion really can eat up clock time. We saw actually Johannes and Octobear. We saw that clock issue kind of screw Octobear out of a win. He was basically in position to win the game, and then his clock ran out, and Johannes was able to get more unit leaders onto the middle objective. And that was a tough, tough loss for someone who had led the entire game to lose on the clock. That is very frustrating both to witness and to experience, I'm certain. Welcome in, Xanal. Good to see you. I also welcome our new chess clock overlords. I'm happy, man. Anything to increase the pace of play, anything to have less dead time in a game, anything to help people play a little faster, I'm all for. Okay, we see the B2 rocket troop with their tac droid now, double moving forward, gonna stay near Dooku, basically the escort for Dooku here. Now, I wonder if t.cross knows, or if he understands here, that although it seems like a good combo, guardianing onto a B2 unit with a steamed leader, it may not be the most ideal thing, just because of the fact that there's no interaction between armor and guardian. But still, Dooku with a steamed leader is pretty nice. Dooku, unfortunately, does not have a training slot that will grant him outmaneuver. If he had outmaneuver, I would just play him every day, because I could run like Vigilance Dooku. I just keep a dodge on him at all times, and that would be pretty sick, I gotta say. BloodOcean does have to be a little bit careful on this first turn not to get his V2s wounded for free. It's going to be tough to do against these STAP Riders. They really, like, even with one move forward, the STAP Riders already have the ability to double move shoot, so I mean, these B2s should probably just move and dodge. It's sort of like with it reminds me of Rebels and speeder bikes. You know, Rebels can just move and dodge, and like everything will have a dodge, and then bikes won't do so much to you. Maybe just the crits, and you can probably take it on your save. You got reliable and aggressive tactics surges, so you're probably fine. You see BloodOcean blocking himself a little bit. His unit leader is there from 4 and 5. A little bit too close together to allow that tac droid to fit in the middle. Okay, he's going with a double move towards the opposite edge of the board. Ah, I see. He's closing in on the Count, actually. The Count's position here is known, so he can just sort of respond, move all his forces towards the Count. I think he knows that killing Dooku would be a big blow against his opponent, and he knows that in Maul versus Dooku, Maul is not really favored, since Dooku, with his Makashi mastery that can subvert immune to pierce, is the #1 Jedi killer in my book. He is, I believe his subtext is he's Darth Tyrannus, but he's also a master duelist. It's fitting, you know, in the movies, Dooku cut off Anakin's arm. He almost killed Obi-Wan without Anakin's intervention. The Clone Wars cartoon almost didn't happen, thanks to Count Dooku. Yes, thank you, Sal, for the game state emotes. So I added a couple of emoji for subscribers. So there's a game state emoji, basically sort of reflecting if there's a game state problem or an error like that. And then there's also a surge emoji, which you can of course hit up if you are advocating spending a surge on defense or offense. That's right, exactly. Spend that surge. You roll those surges, you gotta spend them. It's exciting. I'm actually 2 subscribers away from a 4th emote slot, so if I can get 2 more people to sub, we'll get a 4th emote. Yeah, exactly. You're not just here because you believe in Legion as an esport. Well, not an esport. It's a T-sport. Let's be real. I kind of believe in T-sports, man.
forward to this.
I mean, so have I. So have I, Daniel. So have I. For those of you that are, so as the players, continue to move their units up the board here, getting in position more and more, we actually see the medic, the CIS medic now moving out. Nothing to do just yet, but probably will have something to do in a couple rounds. Once Dooku starts taking wounds, I'm almost certain that the BloodOcean is going to go for Dooku here and try to kill him early. I actually saw one of the red STAPs here move towards the middle here, kind of holding back. Triple dodging up. Interesting. Kind of leaving the initial formation, not going to alpha strike. This is actually smart. T.cross knows that sending in your STAPs aggressively is not effective. He knows that you have to strike with everything at once and just saturate the board. It's a lot of threats, right? 3 STAP riders, a B2, and Dooku all at once.
Roger, 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 roger.
That could be a lot of pain. Anyway, I was going to say, for those of you that are not familiar with Rob Symes, he runs a channel called The Honest Wargamer. And he actually created in England, he created a T-Sports arena, which is super cool. And so this T-Sports, this was before COVID started. He created about five or 6 months ago, which is awful, right? Because that's when COVID really got bad. He created this thing called the T-Sports arena. And basically it's a huge building. It's designed for like broadcasting live games between teams of players. It's sort of like, I mean, it's a dream come true, right? And the man, like, he built this thing basically on the contributions of his patrons, and Corona kind of screwed things up in a big way. But when it's like safer from Corona, I think I hope to see that thing come back. But that's just really awesome. Like, that's something that could happen, right? That people could just get together because it's a cool thing to do, and just get like teams in a building together and they play. And he has like a whole like league surrounding it, and a whole like picks and ban system like Dota. And they broadcast these matches live and they're VOD'd, and it's just a really, really awesome idea, I think. The struggle, of course, is always getting people into the same physical location. The travel, of course, the venue cost and whatever, but like there's no venue cost if you own the building. Right? It's just whatever you are paying in rent anyway. There's no additional venue cost of like renting a hall or something like that. Okay, we see the PK droid in action. He has restored the second STAP to the unit, but these STAPs have also been hit with observation tokens from the Dark Droids. The Dark Droids didn't even have to move to get those observation tokens, so that's ideal for BloodOcean here. Yeah, this T-Sports thing's been on my mind for a little bit, especially because of Yavin-based Team League. I don't know. It's so far in the future, and it's it's like Yoda says, right? Always in motion is the future. We don't know what's going to happen with Corona, etc. Okay, so the PK droids did bring the stat back. It does have a couple wounds. And it should be close enough to count for the red payload to move forward. Neither payload's really going to be at issue until they meet in the middle. They're definitely going to meet in the middle. If you see, both of these payloads kind of have to... well, actually, looking at this closer, the payloads can sort of avoid each other a little bit. They will come close, but they can, like, avoid each other. It's interesting, though, on deployments like Long March or, say, like on Disarray, the cart really has a long way to travel. So you gotta know your distances. It's really important to know how far the cart can move, how long it will take a cart to get to a location. Just knowing that knowing what range the payload actually has. And when you have a setup like this, even one turn of a frozen payload can cost you the game. I have no idea, Deco, but that would be a dream come true if that ever were to happen. Observation and standby are the best combo with the Dark Droids. I do like that combo. You can even force push things into their standby and zap things with the Dark Droids. It's pretty mean. Okay, we got a sniper here, a droid sniper scaling up the cliff and popping a shot off in the at those stab riders in the open. They do surge to hit. I guess he's trying to reroll for a crit there, so he doesn't. Oh man, he's rerolling a bunch. Interestingly enough, why is he? Oh, he's observing them. He gets a crit though. Oh no. Okay. Well, oh, this crit means if the stat doesn't save, that model's going to go right back off the board because he has to wound a non-leader first. So he used that observation token to reroll for a bunch of crits, and that stab has to roll a 6 or get removed from the board again, and it does not. Yeah, so it gets a surge result, not able to save that stab. So that repaired stab is not going to be able to be brought back because it was killed off in the prior turn. You can't restore models that have been dead for longer than the turn you're currently in. Yeah, that guy was like, he was like getting up and getting right back on the stat bike, and then a sniper immediately killed him again. Yep, it was like the shortest droid Frankenstein novel. Yeah, so basically the idea is with the sub emotes, if you see a game state issue, you should spam game state in the chat. And then we can kind of talk about it, or if you think they should spend a surge and they're not spending, you should definitely spend that surge token in the chat. Just giving you all additional ways to express yourselves. Oh, look at this! What, what are you doing, BloodOcean? You mad lad! Look at this infiltrate or this rapid reinforce. He's like thinking, oh man, I could actually go back here in the corner. It might actually be better. Oh man, he's gonna drop in close. Wow, he's even got line of sight block back there. What an awesome maneuver. That is too close, unfortunately, but man, he is like ambushing the payload from rapid reinforcement land and trying to make he's got to be careful though. He's trying to make t.cross turn around and pincer him. But these moves are so risky. We rarely see a deep strike like this from rapid reinforcement anymore. People mostly strike in on the flank, but this is like a deep strike in the back field with that rapid reinforcements tech. Generally not advisable because they're kind of separated, but hey, B2s led by attack droid are extremely independent, right? And that's kind of that's the essence of the attack droid, is that he doesn't have to use AI attack. And even if he doesn't have an order, you're likely to pull core from the bag since you have good order control elsewhere. I mean, I anticipate that things are just going to turn around and start shooting them, but this is going to yank some forces away from the front line, and maybe BloodOcean can run his entire army up onto the payload now, while his opponent is distracted by B2s striking into the backfield. I'm wondering just how much damage these B2s are going to get done. Yeah, honestly, you should just send the STAP riders that direction and start shooting. But that's another thing, too. This also baits the STAPs away from the front line, which makes it easier for Maul to get in and start doing damage. So, a chaotic game, to be certain, is about to unfold before us. The STAPs now double moving. They'll probably get range 3, but no vision. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if they may have vision with silhouettes turned on. Sorry for the rapid camera, everybody. I'm trying to stabilize it, but this is pretty exciting development here. He might have silhouette. I'm not sure if he will. Double moves. Oh, it's really hard to tell. This is a pretty great hiding spot, all things considered. And here's another thing too. Well, actually, oh, never mind. I had my my thoughts were confused on that matter. I was thinking if he had Battle Med, he could just send an order back there. But that's the wrong list with Battle Med. It's the STAP list that has meditation. Okay, so the riders just triple move. If nothing else, this will zone out any additional drops near this B2 unit. And now a second unit of B2s is coming in on the opposite corner. Wow. So he's some way, somehow, these B2 units with rockets are getting in. Some way, somehow. I definitely did not expect this would be how the game began, with a deep strike like this, or equivalent action. Did not expect that at all. So he decides against sending a second unit in the back. He's going to bring these B2s closer to Dooku's position. And I imagine we're going to see, in general, an attack in the direction of the payload from BloodOcean here. Both sides are raring to go. We actually see that BloodOcean did burn a substantial amount of clock, deciding on his rapid reinforcement placement, now at a 4-minute disadvantage. Yeah, he did just join just the edge of that number 6 B1 unit to reinforce into. T.cross is clock running. I wonder if green is going to reverse course here. This is a rocket launcher trooper, so it is the ideal. It is a pretty ideal unit to defend against this. This rocket trooper, actually, if it gets lucky, could do some substantial damage to the battle droids here. But again, there's no aim help, so you're really just hoping that they roll well. Then again, this pool is pretty good. It's like red, black, black, which is a nice way to prop up your white dice for sure if you're a battle droid, a B1 battle droid unit. And this payload is certainly going to have room to move. I guess the question for me will be, he's going to have to steer this payload kind of into where the gray B1s are. He might be able to just stop just short and not just do any displacements. But a lot is depending on how this roll goes, whether these yellow B2s will be successful in their infiltration mission here. Yeah, the whole squad started there, but then people moved in, I think, afterward. He wasn't able to drop the reinforcement units last like he wanted. So now these B2s are going to be shot in the open with only their armor to protect them, and they have no save. well, virtually no save. They save on the block result, but this could be bad for them. Impact 2 will come into play here since this is an open shot. 9 dice into the B2s in the open. Okay, three results are going to go, bypassing the arm. B2s don't make any saves, so that's actually 3 wounds, so a third of their health gone. Basically for free. So BloodOcean probably not too pleased with that turn of events. I think he overcommitted to the drop here. I think he would have been just fine if he had deployed B2s, say, to this area, and then established another angle of attack into the payload from this side of the board. I wonder how these B2s are going to fare next turn against a STAP rider and potentially 3 units of battle droids shooting them. I don't anticipate that will go very well. However, if that many forces do turn around, they're going to have to respond to the threat of Maul and the rest of the battle droids coming from BloodOcean's side of the board here. Maul actually jumping across the building. Interesting, interesting. So Maul, Maul risking himself against the STAP riders. BloodOcean, do you have blood in your eyes? Are you being too aggressive? It's definitely possible. Okay, so Maul actually moving closer to Dooku. And now t.cross's last STAP rider will go. I think he'll just turn it in and go after the B2s. I can't see him... STAPs want to stay together as a group. They don't really work well when they separate. So, yeah, so even the orange STAP is turning in. Now this might take enough pressure off the front line to give the rest of the droid army an opening here. Okay, looks like he's actually heading orange with red, and green will keep itself facing backwards. So he's actually going to split his STAP riders a little bit. Yeah, that's always the question. Like, how much of a threat is this really? How much do I need to commit? Always a good question. And with that pause, that'll be the end of the first round of play. And the payloads are underway here. BloodOcean opting for a straight move forward, and t.cross will probably have to pivot before he moves. And there it goes. Moving up here, and I anticipate we'll see turn 2 battle cards very shortly. And here they come now. Turn 2, Roger Roger for red versus ambush for blue. So I'm almost certain that Roger Roger is going to go to every droid unit that is near Count Dooku. An interesting choice of ambush for BloodOcean. I think this is almost certainly in the name of getting these B2s mobilized and doing damage before they're eliminated. So I don't anticipate these yellow B2s living past this turn. I think they're just going to get run down. So the orders go out. A dodge going on red, likely on pink as well. Maybe one on the tan B2s. I think that dodge on the STAP rider isn't legal. Yeah, I think he put a dodge on a STAP rider using Roger Roger. I don't think that's legal, and I don't know if... Oh, no, that, I think... was that a misclick? It might have been a misclick, but part of me doesn't think so. Yeah, that's a game state problem for sure. Do we have a judge in chat right now that can go in there and tell them, hey, this green staff shouldn't have a dodge from Roger Roger? It might not matter, but then again, it might. All right, green B2 is actually going first.
Is that legal?
I will make it legal.
That's right. Okay, green battle droids are actually activating first here. Kind of surprising to me. Then again, BloodOcean does have 5 tokens in his stack still. Oh, I see. I think I see why he's activating green first. He's actually got a range 2 shot on this unit of battle droids here. He could actually remove an activation if he shoots them. That's not exactly hard to do 6 wounds with the Ha droid, or with the Ha rockets. I mean, it's an 11 dice pool, and they've got 2 surges from reliable and aggressive tactics. So definitely a strong chance of eliminating that activation fully. And that would be fantastic, since Maul would then be able to go last fairly reliably. So in we go. And you should probably spend those surges. Spends the surges for 5? Maybe spend just 1. And I feel like you should just spend both and let it ride. Yeah, that is a pretty sad roll, to be honest with you. And that's actually a great defensive roll, relatively speaking, from those B1s, but 4 of them will be wiped out. Yeah, I'm also confused by the choice to activate green. I think you should have tried to pull something else. Well, Hubert, here's the good news. I did take it away, but I can bring it back if I get 2 more subscribers. So I just need 2 people to sub, and I'll get a 4th emote slot, and I can bring it back. So I'm almost there. I should have put like a little sub goal. So I just need 2 people to sub, and I can get the 4th emote. But yeah, I'm thoroughly confused by the choice to activate green. I don't think they were under any pressure, and now this STAP rider could literally just move aim and then shoot double aimed at these B2s and just clean them up. Like this is not going to end well for these B2s in the back. I think they've made a tactical error. This tac droid has a faulty programming. Yo, Deck 104 coming in here with the double gift. Thank you. I super appreciate the help. So congrats Prime X Beast for the sub and Panzer Ninja. I'm gonna get that stab emote put back as soon as this stream ends. But I can actually try to get it back in earlier. Hold on. Thank you so much for the assist there, Deck 104.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
There you go. At last we will have 4 emotes. So that's going to be a six result shot into the STAPs, or from the STAPs into the B2s, and we're going to spend 1 surge but still take 5 wounds, so it's just going to leave the TAC droid alone left in that yellow unit, and that's going to easily get picked off by the E60 droid. I think he may have... No, he did roll the correct number of saves there, because Armor 1 was only able to stop 1 of those. But man, STAPs are brutal. Just brutal. Especially when you can get them 2 aim tokens. In fact, I don't even think he needed to spend both aim tokens. They're especially brutal when you misdeploy. Oh shoot, how did I forget that? I was so focused on the action, I was like lasered in on how the game was going that I did forget to put a prediction down. So I'm gonna go set that up now. Yeah, those STAPs hurt real bad. Alright, here we go. So, the poll is, who wore black better? Was it Darth Maul in Phantom Menace, or was it Count Dooku in Attack of the Clones? Or was it Darth Maul in any of the Clone Wars TV show? Or Dooku? Okay, so one of the other HAs, I think this is a Ha rocket from BloodOcean that got that shot. Oh, I see there. Okay, so this Ha trooper actually survived, believe it or not, and was able to roll something before it gets killed. And I think it did. It did another wound to the red stat before it died. So that's what happened there. Yeah, that's true. In Attack of the Clones, he had that brown cape while he was on Geonosis, but in that's right. In Rots, he was clad all black before Anakin chopped his head off. Spoiler alert. All right, so the Singleton STAP closing into range one of the Dark Droids and shooting them for 2 crits. These Dark Droids, they should have cover. Well, actually, yeah, they do because they're troopers. They're not repulsors. So they're only going to take 2 crits there, but still lose a couple of minis. But they are going to be alive still. Oh, that's more than a fair point, Deco. I haven't checked them out lately. I really should, though. Most of my painting these days has been on. Actually, no, that's right. I did use 500 in first when I looked at clone uniforms, because I was looking at Gree's paint scheme. Because I'm going to do my my clone specialist officer in Gree colors. I'm probably going to use like the backpack from the Comtech, and then also use the holo projector from the regular officer. But I think maybe just give him a regular Phase 2 helmet. Gree's kind of strange. He's a commander, but he doesn't wear any of the flashy stuff. He just kind of has a standard Phase 2 uniform with like suspenders, basically. One of the challenges I've had painting Kashyyyk camo is that a lot of it either has a yellow undertone or it has like really dark colors, and so the contrast on the camouflage is not very obvious. There's a lot of Kashyyyk which is like dark gray with like this very, very dark blue-green over it, and it's really hard to tell the two apart. It all kind of just meshes together. Okay, another shot here from a Ha rocket into the yellow B2s. Getting 3 results there. Spending that surge. And the B2s are not going to save enough to survive, so an activation will be eliminated. So BloodOcean actually ahead on points. On points destroyed, but not for very long. This yellow B2 droid is probably going to get killed. But that is 36 points of Battle Droid off the board in favor of Darth Maul. Okay, so this is another B1 now, shooting the exposed Dark Droids, and I don't think they're going to live. Yeah, the Dark Droids are killed. Their cover blown by the red STAP rider. So the Dark Droids are down. The Battle Droids are down as well, so that points lead immediately getting reversed. Now the red player is in the points lead. T.cross. Maul does not want to go this early. I think BloodOcean should focus on finishing off the red STAP rider. I wonder if your Maul here, do you just saber throw for a crit and kill that STAP rider? It was played on the. It was divulged on the first, or divulged during the command phase, and so that's already gone. That's long gone. I feel like Maul should just saber throw the STAP rider leader and look for a crit, because that's a guaranteed destruction there. But then again, any unit could get a crit, so maybe don't waste Maul on that. It looks like Maul is trying to move into a place where the B2s can't get to him. I think that's the reason for this sort of aggressive move. He can't really saber throw from there, though. I think that's what BloodOcean was trying to do. I'd be very afraid of things just like rushing Maul down. Like, who's to say that Dooku and the B2s don't just double move and then next turn play Fear and Surprise and just roll in there and kill your Maul immediately, and then you're kind of up a creek without a paddle. Yeah, if you could force push things off the board edge, that would be pretty amazing. Used to be that you could. Oh, that's true. Dooku could actually difficult move and force push Maul. Okay, Maul is going to try for the saber throw. He needs to move a little bit further back, though. I don't think he can see. I think this would be pretty tough for him. I think he's got to push back just a little bit. Yeah, the Dark Days of Legion, where 2 Lukes would play Son of Skywalker only to force push one another off the board, or try to. Okay, Maul going for the saber throw. Gets the critical he needs. That STAP is dead. Those dodges get spent, and Pierce 2 means STAP Rider is history. So success, Operation Success here for Maul. Red STAP is down. Community obviously heavily favoring Dooku. We've got almost 5,000 points bet on Dooku, so those who are betting on Maul are going to be very happy if Maul wins. Now, I'm wondering what this red PK unit is going to do. Probably just float in the middle and shoot. I don't know if you can switch back to Maul. I don't know how that works. I have a feeling that all predictions are final. Let me see if I can find that horizontal stat picture. I had it in here. If I can't find it, I'll just remake it. I'm sure I still have it here. So there's the unit leader. And I think it's saved in a different directory. Okay, so PK droids are just going to try to do some ship damage to the B2s. They know that their crits can go through armor. A little bit of lag there, but they do get one crit. Let's see if that'll result in a wound, and it will, since those B2s did spend their surges on offense. Yeah, there is a 3-page terms and conditions with the channel point betting. Yeah, it's actually one of my users is in Norway, and they actually can't bet because of the gambling loss. Ooh, nice shot. So a BX droid getting a crit on the orange STAPs. So BloodOcean getting the damage in. The STAPs block it, unfortunately, because there was no aim for lethal. So this is good, right? It's a lot of dice being rolled. Not a very static game, to be certain. Both players are willfully engaging, and they're going to try to do their best to make the best choices at every turn here as to what to shoot next. This is the kind of game as a Legion we like to see, where both sides are willing to engage. And roll some dice, man. You gotta get your hands dirty. Another droid unit moving up and shooting another crit. Let's see if it fells a B2. It does. So a green B2 being eliminated there by those lowly B1s. It's an insult to their programming. Maybe a little bit, maybe. I throw shade at turtling games. I don't like turtling. It's just I don't like it at all. I know that I have to do it to win sometimes, but it's just awful. And like, seriously, I'm just gonna apologize again. I know he's not in the room, but I'm gonna apologize to Garinden, one of my opponents in group, for turtling him with Anakin on Vaps. I literally picked like major offensive and then put the Vaps in the upper corner. I jammed them just as far back as I could go and made Palp walk all the way across the board. And it was just really, really cruel. And BloodOcean with a massive rollout here. 3 crits and 5 hits. This is why you take the E5C, ladies and gentlemen. Because this is the kind of damage E5Cs can do. Yeah, you know, it's really funny, Rob. I still almost lost that game on points because Pal Bomb, you know, if he can get it in, it's almost guaranteed to kill a unit. So, you know, Vaps against Palp, even as blue, it's not very good. But still, a monster save, relatively speaking, from these B1s. If they had a surge, they would have saved 3 out of 6 there. Yeah, exactly, Hubert. I'm actually considering looking at that again and just dropping the Vigilance tech altogether and running phase 1s, because literally that's all that list will do is just plink with snipers and Anakin fire support. And like the core units are literally just there for additional orders. Because I had 4 phase 2s, right? So if I drop everything to a phase 1 and get rid of the Vigilance tech, I'm going to be sitting on like a 20-something point bid. You know? Oh, Vigilance is fine. It's just not the best. It's fine, but it's not the best. Alright, some B2 on B2 action. Dooku's like, I have B2s of my own, and I have a tac droid that's probably smarter than all 3 of yours put together. So B2 rolling that rocket shot, and armor will bounce one of those hits. I may have forgotten armor there. Oh, it gets a double save anyway. Who cares? Nice boxcars from BloodOcean getting the double 6. Oh, that's right, Impact 2, my bad. The rocket does have Impact 2. Alright, coming into about an hour left on both players' clocks. And Blood is looking to eliminate that medic before it gets a chance to heal Dooku. This could be a problem for our Dooku player. And I think he's almost out of surges. He's got 1 surge left, I think, for defense on the teal droids. But that's going to do it. That's going to blow up another squad in the Dooku list. So Dooku is already down to 7 acti. And we have barely gotten out of the second turn. So both players are... This could be a short one, folks. This could be a very quick game in Invader League Season 6, Single Eliminations round of 64. Now it's these teal rocket droids' turn to finish off the yellow B2s that rapid reinforced into the backfield. I imagine it's going to be recover shoot. Oh, he's moving away. Interesting choice. Double moving away. Maybe he knows the green STAPs are going to take care of it, and he doesn't want to spend the actions. He wants to just get in the payload. Oh, that's right. I'd forgotten that the E60 has a range 2 minimum range. See, I don't use that. I don't use that weapon. I'm not a droid player. That's why I don't know all these things. Oh, I agree, Hubert. I totally agree that Dooku wore it better. I mean, you can't go wrong voting for Christopher Lee, man. I don't blame anybody that voted Dooku. It's Christopher Lee is just amazing. He was great in Star Wars. He was great in Lord of the Rings. He's been great in everything else he's ever done. He even recorded a metal album. Okay, orange STAP's now compulsory. Hitting range 3 on another set of B2s. Oh, I know Deco. He has a story. He's a storied career, this Christopher Lee. Welcome in, Imperial Sympathizer. How's it going? See what kind of line of sight this STAP droid has. Okay, going after the green B2s here. Looks like they received surges from the TAC droid, so the TAC droid bolstered them. So they will have surge on defense. At least for one result. Man, these double aimed STAPs though, they are shredding. Like every time they shoot, it seems. So 4 results there, and can likely get to 6 with 2 aims. There it is, 6 hits into the B2s. Presuming they're in light cover here, which I believe they are. Light cover and armor 1. I guess maybe they awarded heavy cover. I don't think that's correct. I think it should have been light cover only. They did decide to go with heavy cover though. But I think the best news for t.cross is that because of the line of sight up from the STAP Riders, he was able to force a wound onto the HOD droid. So this HOD droid is going down. Oh, you know, you're right. You're right, Hubert. It is the two-dimensional issue. That prong on the roof does create a heavy cover situation. Yeah, so this is one of those weird things where it's like you're obscured by the building, but the line goes underneath this like this kind of roof light or awning, I guess. I think that's called an awning. Yeah, that awning did create the heavy cover, so they did play that correctly, but suppression is piling up. These, this green T-Series might actually be at risk of panic. Yeah, I also dislike it. It's not like the roof kind of like bends down to block the shot, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, we have to accept some absurdities here. Yeah, I've noticed that too, Daniel. I've noticed it that like B2s do tend to panic when they're only supported by a TAC droid. They're very resistant to damage, but once the suppression, you get to that panic threshold quickly. People like to focus their fire on them. BloodOcean's got to get a little more careful with his cohesion here. The B1 and this E5C cannot actually see, so he's going to just move him over. Being a gentleman there, letting him recohere. And I think that's not going to do anything because the STAPs are dodged. In fact, that STAP rider actually may even have heavy cover because this leader isn't quite out far enough, so that was actually heavy cover, so a dodge doesn't need to be spent. Dooku now underway. I want to see what t.cross does with his Dooku here. I sort of anticipate double move or force push. Does he see the difficult move force push? I don't know if he does. Alright, I think this is signifying a double move here. Yeah, double move. Preparing for the next round. End of round 2 here. Payload's underway. We're going to take a short break. I'll be back in about a minute and a half, about 90 seconds. Stay tuned. You're watching Yavin Base. You're watching Invader League on Yavin Base. We'll be right back in 90 seconds. Thanks, folks. Turn 3 has begun. It is You Disappoint Me versus, let's see here. Hey, welcome Captain Zodiac. Hope you all had a good stream over there. Welcome in. Just joining us, it is now turn 3 of BloodOcean versus t.cross. It is You Disappoint Me versus At Last. So Maul will get priority. Dooku playing his 3-pip with the speed 2 move at the end of Lightning.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
Yeah, I'm also surprised he didn't play FSI there. I think he'd have a chance to snap Maul back with that card, but it's actually going to be at last, and then grabbing an order for the green rocket troop.
I've been looking forward to this.
Hey, what's up? Welcome in, Captain Zodiac, once again. So the rocket troop now shooting at the green or the orange STAP rider. My goodness, I can do colors. That STAP is going to lose a miniature to the B2 Ha rocket being fired at it. So getting some good value out of that B2 Ha before it gets dropped. The STAPs are almost, they're actually now halfway dead. 3 out of 6 STAP models being removed from the board so far.
My lord, is that legal?
I will make it legal.
Yes, it is legal because this this Ha droid is seeing through the area terrain and onto the STAP rider leader. Alright, coming around the bend here. Teal STAPs who've responded to the rapid reinforcing B2s are now going to take a little stroll, get a couple dodges, maybe shoot some B2s in the back, and remove them from the battlefield, hopefully. I don't even think he needs to take that second move. I think he just does the one move, aims and shoots. Oh no, these I don't know if they have an order or not. If they didn't have an order, they do have to AI move. So if they don't have an order, they may just settle for a pivot. I believe pivoting does count for AI move. So shooting at the B2s, getting a 1 surge to crit, 3 hits. Rolling it up, and those B2s are out of here. 3 wounds dealt. And slopping a little bit with the movement there of his STAPs. I don't think he measured correctly to get around that corner there, but it probably doesn't matter all that much in the grand scheme of things. Those green STAPs only had one mission, and that was to eliminate those B2s, and they have successfully done so. Now back to BloodOcean. Speaking of B2s, he's got 2 more where those came from. Hey, Captain Zodiac, we'll see you around, man. Good on you for streaming so long. There's so many games to cover. It's single elim season. A lot of people want to follow the action. Okay, fair enough, Deco. I think that's a smart call. To AI move first, rather than doing your compulsory and then AI move. I think that is a smart call, because you can always compulsory at the end now. You don't have to compulsory at the start anymore. It's not required that you do that anymore. Oh yeah, these full droids should absolutely take it to Dooku. And in fact, it kind of sucks because the pink squad here that was eliminated last turn contained a medical droid that didn't get to use any of its wounds. So this is a really good time to kill Dooku or to strike at him, even if he has a dodge token. Deflect probably isn't going to deal as many wounds as it normally would.
Roger.
Alright, so B2's now moving. Not going to aim, just need to get all their miniatures able to see. They're going to unload at range 2. Looks like they don't have their rocket available. And, oh, a miserably bad roll for them. No aim token to speak of. And they shouldn't even bother spending that surge because the cover 1 will just eat it. So they'll just have to keep the crit there. Unfortunate turn of events for BloodOcean. However, the critical is good. It deals a wound. So 2 wounds left on the orange STAP leader. But of course, the contest between Dooku and Maul is about to begin. Dooku is certainly favored in the Jedi on Jedi match, given his ability to subvert immune pierce. Dooku also pretty good at removing heavy weapons from enemy units Because he has the Force Choke upgrade, he does not have Fear, Surprise, and Intimidation. And in response, the red B1s, not equipped with a heavy weapon, just with a PK droid who has, I believe, exhausted its wounds. The PK actually still has a wound left, so it can restore a health point to the orange STAPs. It'll use its last stored token to heal the orange STAP rider there. It could also save it for the green ones when they finally get back into the fight. Either way, better to use it than leave it. You don't want it to meet the same fate as the medical droid. I'm loving chat right now with the analysis about the decision-making last round. The fact that he did not recover, kind of a big deal, because he did not have those extra red dice to prop up that pool. Okay, he is going to treat that second model back. It was removed this turn, so actually this is going to really help Orange. Because Orange now will have 2 models worth of dice, but that's assuming that these B1s who are about to shoot miss. It should be heavy cover since they're shooting through that area terrain. A crit comes, so probably going to lose that other stat model again. Oh man, now it gets even worse. When it rains, it pours. 4 hits and a crit through the cover. And that's a pretty good save, but it's still 2 wounds. I don't know if they changed that. I think you still can do that. I wasn't sure if it had changed. I wasn't aware that Repair had gotten an errata like that. Alright, Orange STAP shooting back. Big plays here. Trying to remove the HA droid from green. Only has 3 dice with which to do it, though. Needs a surge or a crit. He gets 2 surges. But it's not going to be enough because critical... There's only 1 point of critical. So he's rerolling only 1 die. I think he should have rerolled both. Oh, but he got the natty crit there. Nice. So... Oh, wow. Okay, so this is interesting. So he cannot see this B2 battle droid here. And with 2 wounds being dealt, that means that this tac droid is going to be killed and replace this B2. And this Ha droid is out of it. So that's a very good result here for t.cross. So this B2 will come back with as the tac droid. So in a sense, that line of sight situation generated, I believe that generated a free, in air quotes, a free wound. Because he had to replace a 2 wound model with a 1 wound model. And now the STAP is going to run. So it shot, it had an aim from link targeting array, and now it's going to double move, get some agile dodges, and try to hide itself from further damage behind this building. Yeah, that is Yeah, Teal B2's failing to kill that orange STAP basically resulted in 3 additional wounds. And yeah, Brown B1s are going to just kill that thing. They get 4 critical hits, and they just blow right through those agile dodges and cover and remove it. So good night. Valiant effort by Orange, but it was not to be. That's 2 STAP units killed out of 3. And the Dooku list is now down to 6 activations against BloodOcean's 8, as far as I'm aware. So BloodOcean actually up by 2 acti now in this payload match. Now the payloads are going to meet at the end of this turn, at least, or at least come as close as they're going to be by the end of next turn, since red is heading towards this crater up here, the blue payload heading down to this area terrain right down here. And both Force users hanging out behind the wall, or behind each side of their respective building. Dooku considering if he wants to go now. I'd almost consider going with the B2s, taking a standby, and then trying to force push Maul into them. There's a way you can do it with the speed 2 move. Oh, look at this. Okay, so Dooku's actually going to try to yank these B2s forward with the combination of the You Disappoint Me free move plus force push. He can actually, like, drag them into him and then do as he pleases. Maul might have something to say about it, but this is actually a pretty good choice, I think, by t.cross, using Dooku's lightning to drag a very valuable unit. In fact, the last healthy B2 unit in Maul's army, to drag them to their deaths with his lightning on You Disappoint Me. I think it's possible, Izzy, that you can build 13 act Wookiees. You're probably going to need
fear, surprise, and intimidation on your side.
You're probably going to need 2 rebel officers and 3 sniper teams, and maybe some rebel veterans. Okay, so he zapped 1 B2 to death with his Force Lightning, and now he does the free Speed 2 move from You Disappoint Me. Let me just magnify this so y'all can read. So after he performs a ranged attack against a trooper unit, he may perform a Speed 2 move with that unit. And of course, because he's performing the move, he gets to determine the cohesion. And of course, you're going to throw your cohesion towards Dooku, so he has range 1 for Force Push and Force Choke. So I imagine we're going to see a choke on the B2 Ha Trooper here. There it is. There's the ping. Almost certainly a choke on B2 Ha. This is where Dooku gets really ugly in terms of abusing your position. Doesn't look like he's electing to force push them. He's just going to choke and then recover with Master of the Force. I don't see why he wouldn't also push to try to block Maul entering melee with him. Oh, I see why. He, well, actually, no, he doesn't need to start a melee. He could just position the B2s. He could actually position the B2 cohesion to block Maul from entering melee. He doesn't actually need to start in the melee. But then again, Maul can just force push him, so it really doesn't matter. Maul going last over the force push basically means he's going to get in no matter what. And Maul, let's see, did Maul choose to take the wound for at last? I don't know if he did. I think he has to choose it now. If he didn't do it, because what does at last say? Yeah, when he activates, he may suffer a wound, and that wound should trigger Juyo Mastery. So it looks like a move force push by Maul, but it's into this pushes into an unactivated B2, which I think this is the wrong order of operations. I mean, Maul must have suffered that wound for Juyo, but didn't put the token down, because this is the only reason he would do this, is if he had that third action for an attack. So yeah, Maul should have... Yeah, so this is the wound for Juyo. Maul should have an aim from... he'll have an aim from Jedi Hunter. He'll also get an aim from Offensive Push as well. So this is Maul's kind of combo here. He's going to Force Push, wound for Juyo, double move with O-Push, and then do a double-aimed melee attack into this B2 unit before it gets to activate. These B2s do have a dodge and a surge. The dodge from Dooku's 3-pip, since it also grants dodges to units to get an order. Or from that card, I mean, not generally speaking. Alright, so it looks like he can only get a few of those snapped in, but that doesn't matter since Maul is the one entering melee. And here it comes, a big 9-dice attack with 2 aims behind it, rolling out to 4. That's actually looking pretty average. And let's see, he'll get... he won't get that Jedi Hunter crit surge, unfortunately, since he's not going after Dooku. Did he use O-Push? Looks like he did. So we should have 2 aims here, not just 1. Looks like he only spent 1, though. The B2s are going to save a couple, and then have those saves pierced away. So 4 wounds will kill 2 B2s. I think he missed an aim from Jedi Hunter, but I guess that's life. Now, these units should snap in. That is what they're going to have to do now, because there's a room for them to do that. So the choice here now with the B2s is punch Maul or run away. B2 melee is actually not horrible. It is a black dice. I would actually be tempted to aim and punch Maul. I don't think I would run away just yet. He is withdrawing, though. I think withdrawing is fine because he'll probably play Dooku's Cunning 1-pip next turn. Maybe get a free shot. Now, is the T-Series commander getting in on the fight? I think it is. It does have range 3. It could shoot Dooku if it wants to. Looks like he's going with the bolster instead. Bolstering a BX sniper. And the red battle droids that have not activated just yet. I feel like if you are t.cross, you are shooting Maul. Yep, it instantly puts the target on Maul and takes a shot here. Aim shoot, I'm pretty sure. Nice, 2 crits. That's a big result for just 6 white dice. 2 crits and a hit even, and Maul saves 2 out of 3. So Maul on 4 wounds. Dooku actually... Wow, I think Dooku just plays the 1-pip, goes all in on Maul, and Maul just dies to Makashi Mastery. I see that happening. I think Maul had a decent idea, but I think he's just overextended now. Meanwhile, we have BX droids activating and scaling down, even. Looks like they're going after the B2s, maybe? No, they're going after Dooku. Now this might be a split fire. I don't know what his best targets are. Doesn't look like there's very many good choices for him. He's actually going to go all 4 on Dooku here, getting crit surge. BX's do surge to hit. Doesn't have an aim token. So Dooku will roll against the 1 crit. He's going to take a 50-50 here and get punished. Dooku gets a wound. Dooku with Esteemed Leader. I think he's barely in range for Esteemed Leader, but the crit makes that irrelevant. Yeah, I think Dooku is going to have a massive FSI turn next round. I think he's going to just crush it. Like, whatever he does, he's going to, like, walk in. He's going to walk into Maul. And just, like, Arsenal. Probably hit Maul with his saber. Do Makashi. See if he can get rid of Maul with a good roll. And then probably just lightning into the B2s again. Actually, you can just, like, kill Maul, choke the Ha, lightning the other B2s. Like, there's all kinds of good plays you can make. In fact, if you really wanted to, you could even try to lightning the T-Series and go for the one-shot. Like, could you imagine Maul, Dooku playing FSI, killing off Maul and the T-Series in one swipe, and then B1s start panicking because they have no commander? That would be a pretty great situation for t.cross here. Right, you could also take a more conservative route, like Xanal is saying in the chat. You could just force push Maul into you and stab him in the heart. That's more of a conservative play. Green should almost certainly shoot Maul here. I think they've got him just at range 3. Like, you can even see the pixel of a base going through here. Yeah, I don't even think this is a debate. I think you just shoot Maul. Anything to make the play more guaranteed. I wonder if he's thinking I could recover and split fire and put the rocket launcher on the B2s in the back. The clocks are actually paused right now. I don't know if they've... I wonder if they're asking for a judge. Check Single Limbs chat, see if they're asking for a judge. Yeah, it looks like they're asking for a judge regarding a range call. And Talk Polite, the tournament organizer, is in with the players now for this range call. I'm pretty sure they do have range 3 where they're standing, because that tiny little base pixel is there. Okay, TC takes the clock, play is resuming. He's going to recover and shoot. But will he split the rocket? I don't know. Okay, so he is going to split the rocket. He's loaded the pool with the rocket only. This is almost certainly a split of the rocket into the B2s because it has the impact weapon. These B2s, though, actually should have heavy cover from the bomb cart that they're shooting through. I don't know if BloodOcean sees this, but this bomb cart should grant heavy cover. and a single crit only on Maul, and Maul will shrug it. So that, unfortunately, that split fire did not work out in any way. It just created suppression. All right, now we have an E5C, fully healthy, shooting at Dooku. Dooku has a dodge for deflect, likely will spend it. 2 crits, though, coming in. And a reroll with an aim. I think this is the last unit to activate for BloodOcean. Rolls into 2 surges. He does have 1, but it won't matter since the dodge will cancel it, and the cover as well. Likely t.cross spends the dodge here. And shrugs it with deflect. So 1B1 is killed for its trouble. So Dooku deflecting into a B1. Looking very thematic, dashing as he ably parries that laser shot. And the bomb carts are underway at the end of the 3rd round. Round 4 begins. Let me fix this turn counter. It's been wrong for the last turn. It is Fierce Surprise and Intimidation, though. We sort of knew this was coming. It was almost telegraphed to us. Meanwhile, Maul bringing out Duel of the Fates. Duel of the Fates does say that Maul, once Maul's engaged, that unit can't spend aim, dodge, standby, or surge. So Dooku likely won't even need an aim, though. I don't think Duel of the Fates is actually going to save him here. It's kind of wishful thinking. I mean, really, I think he's playing it just for the free dodge on Maul, because goodness knows he's going to need it against Makashi. The bad news here for t.cross is that because he doesn't have aggressive tactics, and because his Dooku doesn't have force reflexes, he has very little on defense for Dooku this turn, especially considering that his medic was killed earlier. So this is the most vulnerable I think Dooku is going to be this game. So BloodOcean has an opportunity to even things up here if he can trade Maul for Dooku. Or if Maul can live and then swing back at Dooku and Dooku flubs a save. This is really like... This really could go either way. They both have B2s in threat of each other. They both have the potential to kill one another. It really is a duel of the fates at this point because they're seeing how the dice are going to shake out. This is almost 100% on the dice. But, you know, we like that as an audience. We think that's very entertaining, of course, because what'll happen next, we don't know. I am thinking, though, that Maul has a very strong chance of just eliminating Dooku, or eliminating, sorry, I got that backwards. Dooku probably can just kill Maul. So Dooku rolls 5 here. So he would need a full rack with no aim help. The dodge would be spent. Dooku would get to 4. And then Maul would have to roll 2 blocks to survive. No, he'd have to roll 3 blocks to survive because Pierce 2 means 2 blocks are negated. So Maul would need to roll like 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 4 to survive. And of course, Dooku doesn't have Saber Throw, so he cannot add Saber Throw to a lightning shot and try to kill Maul that way. That would give him more ceiling. Of course, then if he did that, he could not also use Makashi. So, you know, it's just fair. That's what it is, it's fair. Right, Dooku's actually going to dodge. Yeah, so Dooku gains relentless, so he's going to dodge and move out. He's not going to stay back. He's going to dodge, move forward. Here we go, the big swing. Definitely going to use Makashi, reducing his Pierce from 2 to 1, and getting 4 results. Don't think it's going to be enough to kill Darth Maul. 4 results, spending the dodge, only Pierce 1. Maul should save out of this. But Maul flubs all of them, so that dodge literally the only thing between him and death. Maul now on 5 wounds. Rolling a big fat blank, but Dooku not quite getting enough results to kill him. He almost got his wish. Now Dooku will use the versatile part of FSI to lightning the B2s behind Maul and getting a solid hit. 3 critical hits are going to go through the armor of those B2s. So this will remove the Ha droid. It'll remove another whole B2 even, since lightning has Pierce 1. That was pretty unreal there. So, okay, so he even chokes the tac droid to do more quote-unquote free damage. So he zaps them, the B2 HOD dies, another B2 dies, then he chokes the tac droid to force it to replace a 2-wound model. So Dooku reducing Maul to 1 wound. Maul does have disengage. He can willfully just move out.
You must have fear, surprise, and intimidation on your side.
Looks like the B2 unit leader decided to jump into melee with Dooku to keep itself alive so that it can push the cart forward. It's a good play there by BloodOcean. So that, at least for this round, this tac droid is going to live long enough to push the cart.
I've been looking forward to this.
Hey, Tumnus, thanks for the stretch reminder, man. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Oh, was that the... Oh, you know what? That might have been Force Push. Never mind. I thought that was BloodOcean's activation, but that was actually Force Push. Oh, I think I see what's going on there. I guess he's just trying to make it easier to kill that T-Series later on. Is this a double move from the B1 leader? Okay, I think, I don't know if I agree with this move at all. I think he's trying to get to a point where he can freeze the cart or just keep him... No, he's trying to push his own cart or keep his own cart moving. That's why he's moving these B1s out. I don't know if they can get there with a difficult move. I think they have to move twice to even stay on the cart. That is unfortunate, but sadly reality in this game state. Yeah, that blue card has actually, like, on the critical turn, the blue card has actually moved so far away from the droid's defensive line that he now has to move out in a very risky manner when he's already kind of bleeding heavily. I was already broadcasting during Timbo v Karma, so I cannot help you, unfortunately. Sarm. Okay, so this is now T-Cross's activation. It looks like the T-Series are going to move in and try to finish off Maul by punching him to death. In they go. 3 hits. Very good roll from T-Cross, and Maul is going to bite the dust. Just enough damage to remove Maul from the board before he activates. This game has broken itself wide open in favor of T-Cross, with Maul being eliminated that way before he could do any damage. Dooku just chilling out on 1 wound. What a humiliating way to die, getting beaten to death by B2 battle droids. Of all things. And yeah, Maul saving terribly there, unfortunately, for BloodOcean. Really, really bad reds. That is very unfortunate. And now this B2 TAC leader is also panicking. So I mean, Blood's dice are just, they've been blank for the last 10 minutes, effectively. A very, very low ebb in the variance here at the worst possible moment. But again, he could have gone as soon as Maul had been hit by Dooku. He could have gone with Maul and done something to abort this from happening, but unfortunately he did not make that decision. And now it's going to be a shooting gallery. The red B1's going for the snipe on the T-Series tactical droid. Will they continue to roll hot? It is just 6 of them, but 2 crits easily could follow from this attack. Unfortunately, not this one. So the T-Series escaping death for another activation here. Yeah, I think Dooku will survive the turn, personally. Because if, right now, BloodOcean is just, he's caught on the horns of this dilemma. Like, I can either shoot Dooku, or I can advance my payload, because right now, the blue payload is drowning in red unit leaders. He has to get 4 unit leaders on this payload to push it forward. But really, since T-Cross has already killed Maul, there is nothing left in the B1 army that can actually stop Dooku at this juncture, so... I mean, I don't even know if you care about the payload anymore. If you're T-Cross, you're like, I'm ahead on points. I'm just going to table because, I mean, there's hardly anything left. All 3 B2 units are down. Maul is down. BloodOcean is just left with a sniper commando and a pile of B1s. That army can't do a whole lot. Yeah, I mean that's probably what the case was, but I don't think he must not have seen the B2 move in and punch. But T-Cross, you know, seizing the moment and doing what he had to do to get this win. I mean, I really don't see why the... I don't even think the gray B1s have to move. Looks like they're going to go for the Battle Droids. I guess they have an out of cover here. Oh no. This cohesion is hurting BloodOcean. They're going to get an out of cover. One crit, so it didn't ultimately matter. But still, another wound. Wounds that BloodOcean really can't afford to be taking from units that are worth less. And on top of everything, there is still a green STAP rider in the backfield lurking that can come up and join the fight. Yeah, exactly, Izzy. That's what I'm thinking too. I think he probably didn't see that move. I guess he's working on freezing the red payload now, since his payload is frozen. But I think that's too little too late. But I mean, what can you do? Your best characters are dead. Or your best character is dead, your best units are dead. You've just got to try to do the objective. Another unit leader double moving into position. I think this STAP can triple move actually and push the red cart. Unless another, he needs another unit leader to stop the red cart here. He's only got 2 so far, he'll need a 3rd. I'm almost certain the STAP can triple move and get into range 1. STAPs can move, I believe, 30 inches. Or almost 30 inches, it's like just shy of 30. Alright, orange is coming up now. Let's see if they can get to range 1 on this red cart. I think they can. Oh, they just miss it. There's no way they can contest. They just don't have the... I don't think they have the movement unless they cut it even. They have to cut it very close to get that movement. T.cross counting unit leaders now. I don't think he can get it. I think it's just shy. Yep. Hey, Izzy, thanks for coming out. Appreciate it as always. So if this orange unit cannot get to the bomb cart, it's unlikely the T-Series can. I guess he's going to try to just shift everything forward to keep that blue cart moving. He needs to get within range 2 to score an objective point. But by throwing everything into the fire, he runs the risk of being tabled, and just remind everybody, getting tabled is an automatic loss, whatever the objectives are. Alright, 3rd STAP now. The last STAP rider is going to triple move. You can even contest blue's payload and contribute to the red payload simultaneously. There it is. Nice big range bubble there from range 1 from that small base. Or I should say medium base. That is a medium base. Coming down to the end of turn 4, the pivotal turn, where Maul lost his life, rolling 2 saves out of I believe, 6. 2 saves out of 6 after having taken a wound for Juyo Mastery and having taken a wound from B1's chipping at him to bring him to 6 wounds. The green T-Series that was in charge of a unit of B2 is now moving onto the objective. Wow, it's a real scrum in the middle here. It's basically a droid party. Roger, roger. Let's try to count some unit leaders here. So for blue, they've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3... So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Roger, 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 roger.
Thank you, Matt Shorix. I was hoping someone would play that. I love it. I mean, that's literally the noise that's going on around these payloads as all these B1s converge. I'm really having a hard time making out who is controlling what. I think blue is going to get to push their payload, though. Alright, so everybody moves in, and blue... Let's see, so while it is true that he has lost his very important pieces, BloodOcean still out-activates his opponent, so he's trying to use that advantage to see if he can freeze this payload. I think he's going to freeze red's payload here. It is 3-3, so the red payload is frozen, but the blue payload... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that right? So the blue payload is going to get to move. And I don't know if he's going to be able to make it into range 2. I think he needs to pivot before moving here. I don't think you want to end on this this box. I think you want to pivot a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, now you're just hoping that if this would be the perfect position for the blue payload to explode and just kill everything around it. Since it is a bomb card, it's kind of carrying these like sea mine looking things. This is awkward. So this yeah, this payload's gonna displace and end like maybe with its corner on top of the base. Or a corner on top of the crate. I guess he's trying to say, yeah, you gotta scoot that over just a little bit. Okay, it is going to score a point if the game ended right now. Wow. So actually, okay, this is huge for BloodOcean. If BloodOcean can keep the red payload frozen, he will win the game because his payload is actually close enough to the blue objective. So there's an out for BloodOcean here. He is not done yet. But I wonder how much damage he's going to suffer this turn between STAP shooting and Dooku. I think if you're in t.cross's shoes, you commit to the table. So I think we're going to see a table.
Roger, 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 roger.
The question is, there are lots of wounds left on the board for BloodOcean. So he may yet pull this out. Dooku can only kill up to 5 things at a time. The B2s are stuck in melee with commando snipers that are throwing red dice. STAPs are going to be a big player, though, because they have very consistent, strong attack pool. BloodOcean did drop Roger, Roger, so he's going to get a little bit of extra defensive help. It is turn 5. So what all BloodOcean has to do is keep Red's payload frozen and not get tabled, and he will win the game. Despite basically having blundered away his hero, Maul. It may prove to be a worthy sacrifice yet. Right, Deco, and that's the problem. The problem is that you've got a lot of unit leaders for BloodOcean that are on 1 health, and Dooku Force Choke can just remove them before the game's over. Because he'll be able to Force Choke 2 more times. Alright, Dooku gets to activate first since he's going off the 1 pip for Mechanized Incursion. Rolls 5 into the T-Series. The T-Series will dodge. He needs to make an absolute hero save here. He needs to roll basically 4 blocks. Does not get it. That T-Series is gone. Okay, now this is problems, because with that T-Series gone, panic may start to set in among BloodOcean's Battle Droid ranks. And if they're panicking, they cannot control where they move. I think t.cross would need to move his payload twice to bring it in range. Okay, looks like t.cross not deciding to choke the T-Series, choking a commando droid instead. That is not the choice I would have made. Now this commando droid is going to just withdraw. Or no, he's force pushing the commando droid. Never mind, never mind. He's going to force push the commando droid out. I thought the commando droid was going to withdraw there, but that is just a force push from Dooku. Now Dooku moving. I don't know if going into melee is going to actually help here. I guess he could like move into melee and try to drag things away from the red payload. Okay, I don't... He's going into melee with the green T-Series droid. I don't know how helpful that is. I think I would have maybe gone into melee with the B1 to drag the leader away. If nothing else, this puts Dooku in a central location. And also gives BloodOcean the choice, well, do I stay in melee with Dooku safely, only to get choked out next turn? And I think he might make that choice. I actually think that gives BloodOcean a unit leader on the bomb cart by going into melee there. He kind of handed BloodOcean the ability to freeze his payload there, potentially. So a core gets pulled. This B2 does not panic because it's down to only 3 suppression. So it's going to move, probably double move even. Or just go into melee and dodge, you might as well. Just try to blunt the shooting from t.cross by continuing to start melees and forcing punches from B1s who are awful at punching. Or force withdraws, which just wastes your opponent's time. Yeah, that is true. It is tough to drag a full body B1. That is accurate. All right, seems that the teal T series has now engaged the B1s or B2s. My gosh, I can do the numbers. B2s to tie up their shooting for this turn, which is a smart play that will definitely keep more things alive on average than allowing them to shoot. I think the STAP riders probably should activate here and go after red. But that last move from BloodOcean, absolutely crucial there, that he got that going. It may yet prove that that was the game-winning move, if this red payload cannot become unfrozen. This is going to be a very crunchy ending. I anticipate both players are going to take a fair amount of time deciding what they're going to do. Okay, he's going to go for the BX droid with a surge token, which he's actually aiming and shooting. And gets a couple crits there. That could actually kill that BX. Actually has a substantial chance of doing that. The blood gets the surge result. Does not get killed, and that unit leader is going to stick around for now. And actually, this blue leader should actually activate right now and double move into red. That's perfect for BloodOcean. T.cross playing into his hands a little bit. Yep, just double move into red. Don't even think twice. Just go. Oh no, double moving into... I guess he's not going into melee. He should go into melee with red, because that means he's completely safe for the turn. Yeah, and he's got that ability to scale across. He can actually just go away from Dooku. I think he should just go down here. Like, don't even bother. Although, maybe he wants to make sure this droid is in the middle of things, because he's probably going to get nominated as the commander next turn to avoid panic. So he's going to go here, but be in the middle. This could actually block stat movement, believe it or not. I don't think STAPs can displace engaged droids. So this will go a long way towards blocking those STAPs, maybe deny them an action, since they'll have to compulsory at the end to make a legal move. Interesting conundrum here, or situation, I mean. Right, he's also trying to put unit leaders onto the red payload in addition to the blue payload. This is wow, that was just really unfortunate that t.cross took that risk, got the dice he needed, but the defense dice for that BX were just good enough, and that surge was just enough to keep it alive, and now look what's happened. It's become an anchor around his neck. This would make people endings like these make players' heads explode because there are so many lines and possibilities that could happen here. Activating a STAP, seeing if he can even do anything from here. I mean, I guess you shoot orange or red. He's going for red out of cover. I think that makes a lot of sense here. The STAPs definitely have a chance to put plenty of wounds through there. In fact, can reduce red to just 1 wound. And then worry about the compulsory move later. Only 2 hits and a crit. Aim from LTA. 3 hits, 1 crit. Aim from an aim action he took. Getting 2 crits, 3 hits. So 4 defense dice. B1s make a good save there. They have the surge. Spend that surge token. Only 2 wounds being dealt. Now he's going to discover he may not have a compulsory move that will not displace his own troops. If he ends Oh, I think... Okay, if he... it's so close. I mean, he can't end there because it's an engagement. I think he's just got it if he stays there. Oh man, it is so close. It's like a pixel short. Alright, they're going to pause the clock, probably go to the judge. Just give you an overview. Right, that's what I mean, Tri-Squad. They would only displace on the compulsory move, and that's the compulsory move that he's making here. He's like a pixel short. T.cross asking in rules hotline for a judge. I mean, technically he is. Man, that's awkward. Yeah, like if he had... Oh, man. I don't even think he realized that this was going to happen. I think he thought he had enough room to fit, and he just doesn't quite have enough room. Yeah, exactly. The units engaged, displacement can't really occur here. What a wild scenario. I think a judge is responding in chat. We're going to take a short break while the judge figures this out. Stay tuned. You're watching Yavin Base, Invader League Season 6. We'll be right back in 90 seconds. Alright, looks as though the players have gotten their answer. The STAPs did move southward. They are not able to stay in range of the red payload because there was not enough room for them to fit into the center here. So that is a problem. Really unfortunate for t.cross because now his STAPs are not contributing to the red payload moving. It's not enough for him just to freeze the blue payload. He has to move his red payload as well because blue payload is currently just inside range 2 of the light cover terrain. Alright, now BloodOcean activation back to him, moving orange into the scrum. He's just content to pile all of his units into melees, into just this big cluster fluff in the middle here. Looks like they're just making a B1 mosh pit. Some sort of a droid rock concert here going on. Droid stock, if you will. Yeah, so Deco, they actually aimed and shot. Okay, now these B1s appear to be punching Dooku, getting crit hit into the count. Okay, Hoyas, I'm gonna try to... Okay, Dooku actually gonna take a wound from getting punched by orange B1s. So I'm gonna try to see if I can clean up the game state for you, Hoyas. So currently, blue payload is scoring, red payload is not scoring. So both leaders are trying to surround their payloads as much as possible with unit leaders to try to get them moving again. So okay, sorry about the dead air, but my wife just brought me pizza, and she's the most wonderful woman in the world. I'm a simp for my wife, apparently. Anyway, I'm gonna let this pizza cool down. Let me talk to you about the game state. Sorry. Yeah, huge high five to the wife for the pizza during streams. Man, I have it good. No question. Okay. Anywho, so red t.cross is trying to advance his payload. He's got these green B1s. He's got the gray B1s. He's got Dooku, and he's got STAP riders, and he's got these B2s as well as a red set of B1s. So he's got about most things on this area of the board are Red's units, and almost everything up here, including this blue BX droid in melee, is BloodOcean's units. And BloodOcean is trying to freeze the payload of Red and survive till the end of the game, because he will win on objective points if he is able to do that. Yeah, BloodOcean is still up on Acts. Let's see, BloodOcean has, I believe, still, because he's lost a lot of units out of he's lost a lot of miniatures out of individual units. So let's see, he lost T-Series and Maul, he lost full B2, and the Dark Droids. So he's on 6 acties, and Red, by comparison, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so they're actually equal on acti count, but BloodOcean has that slight better amount of positioning that allowed him to push that blue payload forward. And basically BloodOcean's like, okay, I'm just going to start as many melees as possible, and hopefully I don't get shot anymore because everything is in melee. I wonder if it is. Let's do some counts here. I'd love to be able to measure range here. The blue cart has 1, 2, 3 enemy unit leaders around it, and 1, 2. I think it only has 2 friendly unit leaders close enough. Unless this orange droid counts, in which case it might. Actually, it won't move. I don't think the blue cart's going to move again But I also don't think the red card is either. So red has, let's see, 1, 2, 3 friendly leaders, and I think 4 enemy leaders. So red will not move. And that's really the rub here. They're going to do the count now. The B2s are withdrawing. They're going to withdraw. They need to withdraw towards the bomb cart, but they're not able to get there. They're too slow from withdrawing. So they're going to try to punch down this tac droid. They get hit surge, so that should be 2. They have to punch their way out of this melee. And this save is going to be huge. And he gets the surge result! That was a massive save from that tac droid. Those B2s are stuck. Stuck for another turn. That T-Series was not going down without a fight. That was actually huge for BloodOcean. That T-Series saving, I think just prevented the red cart from moving. Absolute hero save. Yeah, Dash, this game state is a mess, dude. This is wild. Can you? They're asking if you can move through the bomb cart. I know the answer, but I'm not a judge. No, I will not tell you. I know the answer, but I'm not going to tell you. Right? Who needs Maul when you have tac droids in melee, bro? Like I think he might have just won the game just on the fact that his tac droids are living through Dooku's chokes. So both players are counting unit leaders at this time, trying to see if they can, or BloodOcean's trying to see if he can move enough to get this blue payload pushed forward even more. I think if he can get one more push out of the blue bomb cart, I think the game is just over, because there's just no way that red can get into range 1. I think the red cart would need 3 moves to get in range 1. So the red cart currently has 1, 2, 3, 4 unit leaders for t.cross versus 1, 2, 3. I don't know why these brown B1s are double moving down here to the bomb cart and not just contesting red. I think maybe he's trying to go for that just one more push and seal the deal here. I think he wins faster if he tries to push blue away. So t.cross should almost certainly move gray into a position to contest both carts. Okay, so Gray is moving in to contest both. I think t.cross has a push. Sorry, my mind wandered a little bit to a discussion about repulsor vehicles and how they cannot move from the ground onto height 2, even if there's an intervening height 1 structure. Alright, green tactical droid. He can. I don't think he has enough room to withdraw to get onto the blue cart and stay on the red cart. Although maybe there's room down here. I think he's gonna try it. He might get it actually. Oh, no. Okay, so that's gonna leave the red cart, unfortunately, but it is gonna get the blue cart rolling. So Blood now has... He now has enough to push the cart again, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 unit leaders on the blue cart. Versus, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, it's a tie. So the blue cart is frozen because it's a tie. And now the red cart... So for Blood, 1, 2, 3... And for t.cross, 1, 2, 3... Both carts are frozen. 5 on 5 for blue. And that unit leader is just not in the right spot. So both carts are going to freeze. And now turn 6. And I'm pretty sure... Pretty sure it's game for Blood. I think Blood is going to take this one. Double the fall from Dooku versus standing orders. This is actually somewhat important. Actually, right now, they should probably be measuring from the red payload to see if the red payload can even get to range 2. If the red payload can't get to range 2 in one move, they should call the game. But I think they're going to play it out. This is... One player is going home after this. It's their last game in Invader League. They're going to play it out. The only way now I think that t.cross can win is via tabling. Is this now the second elims game that droids have lost via blocking themselves? I think so. Yeah, I thought for sure Dooku would wreck this, but apparently Blood said, no, I'm not going to give in, and he's now gotten himself into a winning position despite losing his Maul in a pretty terrible way. I mean, mad props to BloodOcean for not giving up. I think I would have given up in his shoes, to be honest with you. I think losing Maul like that would have definitely put me on tilt. Especially the 3 blanks. Man, dice tilt is real. Yes, Arcanine Pack, if you type !blue list and !red list, it'll call the lists up for you in the chat window, and you can actually see what the players are playing currently. There is also a website, invaderleague.com, And that has all these single elimination lists published there. You can view them. Right, Hoyas, like, I color my clones various shades of green and brown. That's generally what I do, and so I kind of can tell which ones are mine. The players are on Red's clock right now. And Red's clock has gone down to 18.5 minutes. Compared to the 26 minutes of BloodOcean, so it is the last round. I don't think that Red will clock themselves, but t.cross could run the risk of clocking out. Actually, 18 minutes in a turn that is fraught with decisions. Oh, what? Did they decide that Red could move? Oh no, they're measuring it. They're going to see if there's an ending here. Yep, they measured it. I think that's going to be a concession from t.cross. They've measured it now. I mean, t.cross could decide to play on and go for the table. That is a way out. I think he can still table. It would be a long shot, but he might be able to still table. Still, he would have to burn down 6 activations, but there's 3 activations currently on just 1 wound. So you would have to pop all 3 of these leaders and then kill, I believe, 18 wounds of Battle Droid to table. Dooku could almost certainly kill Orange by himself. I think tabling is still possible. Yeah, I think t.cross is going to have to go for the table. He just has to. He needs to get on it because he's burning clock here. So Dooku swinging into Orange. Orange is going to be instantly vaporized. Choke should take care of another miniature. Actually, it's even less than 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's actually the wrong unit. So, let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So actually, yeah, t.cross should get the table here if he plays his moves right. Brown, I think Brown will withdraw from one melee into another. Why are they withdrawing away? Okay, so he withdraws away. Oh no, that's a force push, sorry. Never mind, that's actually Dooku force pushing. Again, gosh, I keep making that mistake. So Dooku is going to force push Brown out of melee. And I think beyond the range they can get back into melee with Dooku, although that might be a smart idea. I mean, if you're a... Yeah, I think you just withdraw from one melee into another. I don't think you dodge, I think you withdraw, because then you deny the aim token. Oh, was he not in melee there? And did Dooku forget to No, Dooku choked the blue BX droid. That's what Dooku did. Okay, so STAPs should almost certainly go kill Brown here. Yeah, they should bend their movement template compulsory. Oh, he's having trouble fishing the move template out of the building. Oh, it's the bottom half of the template. Just grab the bottom half. There you go. Okay, so STAPs should compulsory around the corner here, shoot down into Brown and kill them off. Yeah, I don't think he withdrew into the same melee. Yeah, you're not. I mean, if he was in melee, then he shouldn't have done that. I don't know if he tied up there. It looked like he was in melee, but I don't know for certain. Yeah, Brown is definitely going to compulsory aim shoot, or Teal is going to compulsory aim shoot at Brown. He should be able to wound everybody. There's no like can't wound outside the arc rule. Everybody's eligible to be wounded. All right. Not a good start. He needs 6 results to wipe this unit completely. He doesn't even get close. He does have a second aim, though. Okay, he gets 5 results, but it's still not enough to wipe the unit leader. So he's going to need some additional help. And they even save, so that's only 4 wounds. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds left for BloodOcean. Refusing to go down without a fight. But if even 1 wound is left for BloodOcean on the board at the end of this turn, he will win the game on objective. Yeah, all he has to do is double move into Dooku, and that would force a series of very bad attacks if he was going to do that. But instead, he's going into the red droids. He knows they can't split their punches; they have to choose a target to punch. So, if red wants to contribute their damage, they're going to have to be content with either punching one out and leaving one alive or withdrawing. This actually will force red to withdraw by doing two moves like this. T.cross on 12 minutes and 35 seconds. Now Gray can move punch Brown. Yeah, that cohesion allowed Gray a move punch there with Brown, so that's a problem. A lot is riding, though, on Green punching, because Green has to kill 4 wounds while punching. That's a pretty tall order for B1 battle droids. Alright, B2s go. They're going to aim punch the T-Series. Oh, no, the T-Series has armor 1! No, the T-Series shouldn't save that T-Series has armor 1. Oh, that's a game state problem. Armor 1 should have blocked that, and that should have been instantly the game over, but he didn't remember. Judge? Which I am not. They forgot armor 1. And now red is trying to punch out. And he might kill 1 battle droid. Oh no, BloodOcean, if you had remembered armor 1, you would have won the game. Yeah, that is a egregious game state error right there, unfortunately. But we don't have this game is kind of late at night. We don't have a judge watching the game live. And since Invader League has split the judge and streamer roles, I can't intervene, even though I know that's wrong. But that T-Series has armor 1 from being a B2. It still has the unit keyword. Okay, this is a huge punch right here. I think if green does not successfully punch out red here for 4 wounds, the game is over. Oh, he has 3 results there. Is he going to aim into a 4th? Oh my gosh, does he have a surge? He doesn't have a surge. He doesn't have enough surges to get past the dodge token, so only 2 are going to go, or only 1 is going to go down. He even saved it. Yeah, I think there's no chance now for t.cross. I think the table is going to elude him now. That right there guaranteed that the table eluded him. Yeah, a lot of gaffes here at the end, unfortunately, but hey, it's been a long game. The players are crunching through a complex ending. There's time pressure. Yeah, they're calling it good game. BloodOcean is going to take that on the objective 1-0. What a way to go out of the tournament for t.cross. BloodOcean with the upset. Yeah, because of the dodge token, he would have needed 4 critical hits there or 5 regular hits. And even then, the red droids would have had to blank their save. I think he's trying to see what they're just rolling. Oh my gosh. BloodOcean rolling rocks at the end here. Just a mess. t.cross saying that he doesn't actually play payload like ever. This was actually really just a nutty ending. Yeah, he got it. BloodOcean wins. Unreal. Hey there, gentlemen.
Hey.
Hello.
Let me make sure people are turned up so the audience can hear you. Oh my goodness, what an epic ending.
Yeah, it was wild, man.
Yeah.
I didn't realize bomb cart rules, and that makes me sad.
Well, I gotta say, I thought for a minute there that we were gonna see our first tabling on stream. we almost did. I think BloodOcean, I count that you're down to 6 wounds left on the board.
Yeah, I got 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6 wounds left.
Since the game's already been decided, I gotta say it was actually decided in activation earlier. Do you know your T-Series droid that got punched by the B2s has armor 1?
Oh.
Because it's a B2. Yeah. So actually that punch from the B2 should have just bounced off the armor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I guess I had 7 wounds left.
Yeah, you had 7 wounds left, I guess. Yeah. But I couldn't say anything in the moment because I'm not a judge, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 7 wounds.
I don't even know if moving there would have saved me or not.
Yeah, this was definitely this is definitely a situation that we saw in Payload, similar to how I lost my game against Inosatam, because it was definitely like a scrum like this where everything was in melee, and Inosatam also used engagement to screw me up and keep me from pushing my cart and freezing his cart and winning on points.
Yeah, this is my bad for not knowing the rules, because like when his bomb cart was right there, I'm like, okay, it has to either go this way or this way, and it went that way. It went on top of the building. I was like, really? That's a thing?
Yeah. So the bomb carts are like, they have their own page in the rule book. Like, they're super special.
That sucks.
Virtually have it's like almost a full page just devoted to the bomb cart and its own rules, because it's like it's a repulsor vehicle and it's also not a repulsor vehicle.
Yeah, that's how I always treated it, was a repulsor, but like not with immune to height.
By the way, chat, if you have any questions for the players, just let me know. So coming into this, what did you think about? What were your thoughts on the Maul Dooku matchup, BloodOcean? Let's start with you.
Well, I thought I was gonna get destroyed. To be honest with you, I was like, unless I get these stabs off the table, I don't think I'm gonna win. So luckily I saw Rapid in the 3rd slot for conditions, so I didn't care what objective we played or what map we played, because I saw Rapid in the 3rd slot.
Right.
And I was that confident with any objective or deployment zone.
I did notice that you deep struck, I guess, for lack of a better term, a unit of B2s into the backfield, and that did take some pressure off your front line for a little while.
Yeah, so I was gonna put my second one like behind this water tower, but since Dooku was right here with his B2 Haws, I was like, I need to pressure his. So that's what I did. Ended up playing ambush and almost taking out a whole activation in one shot. So
that definitely was a good pull from Maul there. Unfortunately, Maul's defense dice did not.
I completely forgot about that. I was like, he's totally safe. Nothing can happen to him. And then he's like, I'm a move and punch you. And I was like, yeah, that's definitely a thing. I forgot you can do that.
Yeah.
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 So that was, I just blanked out on that completely. Forgot about it.
I gotta say,
So.
t.cross, the triple LTA staps are just murder.
Yeah, I love them. Definitely love them.
Did you math that out, or is it just a case of Mo aims, Mo beta?
Like I was talking with them in the beginning. If you activate them and get them in, then they get like, you know, cover 1, the 2 dodges, the aim, the 6 dice, the 2 surges. So if they don't get shot first, you can't really do a whole lot to them. And then in my round robins, and just usually like we play limited viz a couple times, so just running at a little sniper strike team with staps is the best way to get activations, because everybody loves running strike teams for, you know, 50 points. So it's like, okay, well, turn 1, move, compulsory, shoot. Your snipers are dead now. So that's what the thinking was in bringing 3 of them.
All right, now that you have more acti, you're also like free to go last with Dooku. You just have a lot of like really good last units here in the triple staffs and Dooku, and they're just really heavy hitters. Unfortunately, that medic did get dropped before it could put any health on Dooku, but ultimately didn't matter this game. Dooku was not under a lot of pressure, really.
No. Got me with the
at the beginning of the
activations.
game that I'm just gonna ignore Dooku.
I don't know. Like I'm of two minds on the subject. He is really an important piece, and removing him is a very good thing. But like you say, like he has an extremely good save. He returns damage on occasion. Like it's just really tough to. He's a tough nut to crack, and killing B1s is probably more your priority with your B2 troops that are throwing such heavy volume. But then again, you know, red dice are not. You're not invulnerable. You really aren't.
Nope.
Especially against 3 units of basically 90-point ATSTs. That's kind of what they turn into at short range.
Pretty much.
Well, all right, gentlemen, thank you for allowing me to cast your game. It was quite a fun one. It's definitely a messy ending, an interesting ending of this kind of super tar pit. You would hardly ever see it, so it was good to see that. And Dooku force choke, kicking butt, just killing B2 Haas right and left with that force choke.
Yeah.
This was definitely his time to shine. I'm a huge fan of throw Dooku myself, but choke is also excellent for obvious reasons. All right, so we're going to get out of here. Thanks again, and BloodOcean, we'll hope to see you in the round of 32.
Congrats,
Thank
congrats.
All right, everybody, thanks for watching. This has been BloodOcean versus t.cross, part of the Invader League Season 6 single eliminations. Winner is going to move on to the round of 32 to face Sammy P at 5-0 from the round robin. Let me see if I can call up the... I did have the match data in front of me. No, that's not right. It's in here somewhere. Yeah, so let me actually... I have 2 things I got to take care of. I got to pay out the predictions. I'm really sorry to all the people that lost channel points on Dooku. I'm now flushing 7,000 channel points. And everybody that bet on Maul is getting a 1-16 return, so grats. Good on you for betting the underdog. Getting 16 times your bet back. Congrats. Enjoy your sound alerts. Also want to make sure everybody knows that Yavin-based Team League Season 5 is coming soon. We're going to be splitting the league into 2 divisions, and we're going to unveil how that split is going to be conducted in the coming days. But find some friends, find a team. Recruitment should already be underway. Registration is going to open on April 20th, so I hope to see everybody who is a regular on this channel to come compete in that league. And if you can't compete, contact me. I could always use some extra hands in making things smoother. Run more smoothly, I mean. All right, so with that, we're going to end the stream for tonight. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time on Yavin Base. We'll be back on Tuesday afternoon with more action from Invader League Season 6. Make sure you follow our YouTube, or so subscribe to the YouTube, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's @endless5055. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.